Right now I'm going to show you how to make delicious gluten-free, dairy-free pancakes. I eat these on a regular basis. I make them multiple times a week. So first thing I do is I get my griddle up and turned on. I like it at 300 here. Now the thing that makes these pancakes the best is this gluten-free pancake mix from Bob's Red Mill. I've tried dozens of other gluten-free pancake and alternative flour mixes that don't have any gluten in them, and these are by far my favorite. So it's 1 cup of Bob's Red Mill gluten-free flour. Now don't worry about your measurements too much. This recipe is very forgiving. And then I take 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and then I go ahead and mix that together to get the baking powder and flour nice and incorporated. And then instead of an egg, right, so these are vegan as well, so instead of an egg, I am doing a 1/4 cup of applesauce. 1 egg is equal to a 1/4 cup of applesauce, or vice versa. A 1/4 cup of applesauce is equal to 1 egg as a replacer. And then I am using almond milk. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio basically. So 1 cup of flour to 1 cup of almond milk. So if you're making a bigger batch, 2 cups of flour to 2 cups of almond milk, so on and so forth, a 1-to-1 ratio. Now, instead of applesauce, you could also use banana, and I do on a regular basis. So I switch it up from time to time. And then if you wanted to, you could add a little vanilla and cinnamon. I do not, so I am not adding vanilla and cinnamon at this time, but you can as well. A teaspoon of vanilla and maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon if you wanted. So mix it up. Again, it's very forgiving. You'll kind of play with the recipe and find a thickness that you like. This is the thickness that I like, about 1-to-1 ratio. And then if you add banana, it just kind of depends on how big the banana is, and that'll make a difference. So we could add a dash more almond milk. That was probably a tablespoon. Not a lot. A tablespoon at a time. Otherwise, you'll be going back and forth with flour and your almond milk. So, cool. Now that it's all mixed up, that's about the consistency that I like, where it kind of runs, but then that last bit at the end, you kind of have to shake it off of the whisk or fork, really whatever you're using to mix this up. So really, that is it. And then of course I have this for the toppings here. I'll kind of get this out of the way, and then I'll pour it on the griddle. So for my scoops, I use the 1/4 cup, the same cup that I used for my applesauce. So I do a 1/4 cup for the pancakes. Plop them on the griddle there. You could make them a little more runny if you like. This is just the consistency that I like. I've made hundreds of batches of these, so just play with it and find one that you like. I like this because it makes a thicker pancake. So that's the reason for that, as to why I do that. I typically do 90 seconds to 2 minutes on each side. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes, and I'll just go around and start flipping my pancakes here. Oops. Another 2 minutes on this side. Perfect, so it's been 2 minutes on this side. I'll go ahead and take them off, put them on the cooling rack here. And then I'll put my last one, maybe two. Yeah, this is just gonna make one. last one on there. All right, now let's go ahead and make one with peanut butter and syrup. So, to each their own. If you like butter, of course that would make it not dairy-free anymore. You could also use a plant-based butter, but I love peanut butter. All right, so there you have it. You know, whatever you want to put on top is up to you, but these are my gluten-free, dairy-free pancakes. Mix it up, put blueberry, chocolate chips, whatever you want in there. Strawberry, they are delicious. They're fluffy, they're moist. They are a delicious pancake. And if you've been missing these because you're gluten or dairy free, go ahead and give them a try. Again, my name is Drew. I'll see you in the next one. Delicious.